Let's watch some games already, and we all know what games are we going to watch. There it is. Yeah, there it is. It's alright, okay. Slot place, Kirarinji. So we are in the fucking first East round, in the first game. FurudoErika is already in Richie. Let's see what he's waiting for. What a fucking wait! What a fucking wait! Double champion wait on Chun and Ton. And both RisingBob and Jojo are playing safely because they know that FurudoErika is capable of making weights like this. Let's see if anyone else is in Tenpai. No, it doesn't seem like it. Although no, Jojo is not in Shanten, it's Jan Shanten, and we are nearing the end of the game. It's a first person already, and we have a really great display. And I fucking jinxed it. Jojo managed to get himself wrong on Richie Tondora, which is already 5,000 points deduced from his account. Are the settings alright? Yes, they are. So FurudoErika wins his first game with a really sneaky and interesting champion weight on Richie, which is a rarity. So, second East round. Should I say East round or just shift to the Japanese naming? Tonba. Whatever. So, judging by the hands, Jojo has a fucking obvious Chanta hand. Like, you couldn't be more chanted than that. And RisingBob, wow, RisingBob has a very interesting hand as well. Because he decided to stay with his pair of Sha and go for pin for just Richinomi. FurudoErika has another fucking sneaky hand with sneaky weight with possible double shampoo, and he's in Nirian Shanten. And Meido is going according to the book into a Tanyao if possible, into a pinfall if possible Tanyao. We see no Dora whatsoever on the table, besides the one that RisingBob discarded early in the game. And Jojo is in another predicament. Since he is in desperate need of a pair for his hand, and another set of sequences. FurudoErika decided to leave himself in that strange Rian weight, which consists of 3 tiles which are one away from each other. Technically, this kind of composition is not detrimental to your hand as long as you are as long as nothing else obstructed. You don't need that. And he got another Dora. So Meido called Richie on wait, is it? Wow, a really good hand. It's a Richie Pinpu Tanyao Ipeiko with weight on U and Palm. So sadly, this weight is strongly telegraphed by the Rosso that he discarded in his 7th turn. And RisingBob struck with Damaten Kanchan weight on Tonyao. And since he was on the dealer spot, he secured himself a Renchan. So, into the next round, Jojo wisely declined the can on Human, and now he's wondering what should he do with his hand. And personally, I would be confused too. Maybe after discarding both win tiles, it could be possible to get into some kind of pinfall, I guess. Well, there is this, I don't know if it's proverb, more like adage among Polish players of Mahjong. No matter how shitty your starting hand is, you can always make a pinfall out of it. RisingBob is close to getting Itsu from South Suite. Not to mention the rest of his hand looks quite well too. FurudoErika is heading for Tanyao with closed ankles. Meido hand is not that good, but if you manage to get something near those, I meant he could bank on getting sequences near that also, but he decided to make a closed can out of it. So he's probably going to call Richinomi and count for Adara Bomb. FurudoErika went for open Tanyao, and it's Tenpa, no, it's Ishanten. And Jojo is probably going for a Chinitsu. Yeah, Chinitsu or just Richie Tera free, since he's in Ishanten. And RisingBob decided to disregard his Itsu and instead go for a Tanyo Ipeigo. Sadly, he still needs a pair out of few of his pinzo tiles for this hand to become successful. And now Furudo is in Tenpai, waiting for Ryan and Uman with a completely shit open Tanyo hand. And RisingBob decided to chase it and finish the game as soon as possible without letting anyone call Richie. And he's in triple weight for Sun, Ro, and Hyupin, but he dealt into FurudoErika weight. So I guess 1000 points. One Richie stick change his owner, not letting Jojo and Meido detonate the dangerous Richie Dora bombs. And yet again, Jojo starts the game with a closed ankle of Q1, which is a really interesting coincidence, if you ask me. And yeah, I guess we are having a bookcase of Toitsuba in here, since every player is getting their pairs and ankles like crazy. If I was in Jojo's shoes, I would try to get this hand into a possible Sun ankle, maybe. RisingBob is in a strange place. I would decline this pawn. There is no value gained from calling this stone. Meido has gotten himself a closed ankle of Haku. And it could become interesting on his hand. He's in a really comfortable Nishanta. And now Furudo decided to get rid of his pair of Nan and go for open Tonyo with Doratu. I make this one a little bit more louder. So, what is Jojo going to do after this Richie? He opted to call a save time. So basically made this waiting for Ryan, U and Paaman with Richie Haku hand, which is guaranteed 240 and a high possibility of getting another Dora or two. And he managed to get a Sumo, so it's Richie Haku Sumo without the Dora, but yeah, because it's Sumo, it's 330, which is still 4000 worth of points. Another game, and yeah, Jojo's hand is nothing out of ordinary. Completely usual starting hand, with only upside that it has no honor tiles. RisingBob is in a similar shape too. FurudoErika has another hand that has a potential of becoming a monster hand if he will decide to go for. Yeah, he is going for a Honitsu, I think. I may be wrong, but we'll see about that. And Meido is probably going for a Chitoy, since he has 4 pairs already. Each player is keeping that single tone with hope of getting another and getting a chance for an instant Mangan hand, but it seems to not be the case. In my opinion, looking at RisingBob's hand, him dealing raw pin from that point in time was a mistake. I would rather discard Qman from that hand. And now he dealt the ton, and since it's still sort of safe. Yeah, Meido and Jojo followed suit. So Meido is going for Open Daniel to finish this round quickly and get a Renchan. Jojo is in Rian Shanten for his Pinfu. And he decided not to go for Pinfu and instead go for Open Daniel as well to prevent Meido for getting Renchan and prevent Furudo for getting Honitsu. So if he opted to make Daniel hand, then it was a right moment to call. Now he's in Ishanten, but he's risking getting Atozuka Tenpai, which could put him in Furiten if he will draw the ISO. And Meido is now in Tenpai, waiting for Sun or Roso. All 3 Roso are snuggled safely on RisingBob hands, and now is the moment that Jojo is dealing that Sanso to get into Tenpai, and he fell into totally dangerous Tanya Onomi. So we are in the East 4 yet again, and no player has won on anything higher than 340 since the beginning of this match. Everyone is trying their hardest to prevent the winning of another at any cost. That's why we see so many cheap hands. And now Jojo. Jojo is in Ishanten, very early on in the game. Well, it will probably be Richinomi hand with Dora. But it could become interesting if you will get another Uradora. RisingBob is... If I was in his place, I would discard the pair of Chun at this moment and go for Pin Futanyao, since the only way his hand would become better if he will get the third Chun on his hand, and calling on this hand would be a mistake. Now he's in a Tenpai for a closed Kanchan wait on Papin, and he's going to change it for a tanky wait now, since he has gotten that first Chun. So he's in a Damaten tanky for Q-pin. And Jojo is presented with a possibility to ditch his Richinomi hand and try to go for Chitoi, having 4 pairs already, or maybe a Toitoi, who knows. And he's thinking. And he decided not to. He decided to just go for a Richinomi with Dora 2. FurudoErika's hand is a possible Ipeiko. Yeah, he has gotten himself Ipeiko. Jojo is in Richie if he will discard the Dora. And he didn't. He wants that Ipeiko as well. Little did he know that his Toyman has exactly the same shape, only complete. So Furudo is in a really strong Ishanten for Pinfu Ipeiko Dora 2. RisingBob is keeping his Damaten. And Meido is... Meido is in Ishanten for Chitoi. So everyone except Bob is stuck in Ishanten's hell, not getting anything good to come out of his hand, and Bob is standing before the chance of getting a Kan of Chun. And will he change? No, he cannot change his weight since he's in Furitan. I think I would call Richie if I was in his play. And he did. He changed his weight for a Shampoo weight. Sorry, it's a Rianmer weight. So he's waiting for San and Rosso. And Jojo decided to get a last minute chase, waiting for E and Suupin. And he got a last called Sumo on a really strong hand. Which is Sumo Dorato. A really interesting round. It will, if only Erika managed to get into Tenpai, it could be really scary with double Dora from the Kan. So we are in the first South round, and every player is going head in head. There is no apparent favorite in this match since everyone is within a 240 range from each other. So looking at the hands after 3 turns, we have Jojo stuck in a nasty hand from which there is no apparent way out. So he just decided to discard a tile that is completely isolated. Personally, I would discard a tune from out there. I would rather hold on to that roping to avoid some situations like this. RisingBob is in a similar situation. His hand is not coming apart. Well, not apart. He's not. Oh, let's scratch that. He had a really lucky 2 draws, so he has a double sequence on Sozu, and now he just needs to fill out the rest of his hand. FurudoErika is in Rianshanten? No, yes, maybe? Something like that? I don't know, hard to tell. But yes, I think it's Rianshanten. And Meido, who I've only looked at his hand recently, but he not only does he have a pair of none to get a Yakuhai, and he has also a closed Anko Dora. It could become really scary. And he's in Tenpai. And he got the best possible draw. He drew a second none, so he's in Tenpai waiting for E and yeah, it's a E and Su. So wait, really sneaky one. There is a really high possibility that Iso will fall off somewhere around since it's seemingly safe tile being discarded twice already. Ah, wait, I haven't noticed that both of Iso are held on Erika's hand, and since it's his only pair, there is a chance uh, he will keep those two on his hand. And Erika is in Ishanten. And Jojo has gotten himself an Anko, so I guess it would be the time to discard both Q and Paso, since those two are both the most useless tiles on his hand. And RisingBob is in Tenpai, without the Aqua, waiting for Shanton on Su and Uman. And RisingBob was really hesitant to discard that Rianman and decided to keep it on his hand, and Furudo got rid of one of his ESO and dealt straight into sneaky Meido Mangan. Good job Meido on having that bullshit bootleg Konitsu feint. So now we have a favorite. Meido is in first place, with Jojo in second, RisingBob in third, and FurudoErika trading last in fourth place. But there is still a chance for Erika to turn things over with one well aimed dealer hand. So at the start, Jojo has a really solid shape. He has two Mensu already in a Pinzu suit. Now he has gotten himself a pair, so it would be the moment to get himself rid of both Hatsu and Chun and go for Pimpu. RisingBob is trading well too, since he has closed anchor of Haku and two sequences already. Furudo is in Rian Shanten for Cheetah, I guess. And Jojo has got an interesting decision to make, since he has gotten himself a second Chun. So there is a chance, maybe he's counting on the chance that he will get a third one without the need to open his hand. Or he could also go for a Shampoo wave with this. If he will discard a open here and wait for a South pile, no, instead he decided to not count for an uncle occasion at Sanso, and instead he kept open. I don't know if this was the best of decisions to make. And he has gotten himself a Dora. So he now discarded the open, and I wonder how he's going to proceed with his hand. Now he probably regrets that decision. And running out of time. So RisingBob has gotten himself a pair of Rosso, which will be a needed pair to that, and he's in Ishanten to play. Furudo has Ishanten for... he had Ishanten for Sananko and decided to open that hand for a Toy, I guess? Meido is going for cheap, and now he's in Tenpai for a Toy on Daratanki. And Meido is in a grave danger of discarding that tile later in the game. And I think he probably won't do it. Yeah, he discarded a safer open. And will RisingBob make a can? He is thinking about it, and he didn't, which was a good decision. I think I wouldn't make a can in this situation either. And RisingBob is in Tenpai, Damaten, waiting for Sun and Ropin on a Damaten Haku. And Erika is going for it with Hakan. He really wants that last Dora. So what is Meido going to do? There is a lot of red on the screen right now. And RisingBob called his, I think it's his first Richie in the game. After waiting in Damaten for a bit of time, he called the Richie without changing his weight. And Meido decided to dismantle his Shanten and discard safe Shatai. And RisingBob got himself at summon, so it's a Richie, Tsumo, Haku, and Dora Bomb. Thanks to the Furudo making a can. So it was dealer's Tsumo, and we got an upset. RisingBob is on the first place, Meido fell onto second, and FurudoErika is in a deep trouble right now. So if he wants to stay in the winners bracket, then he would best think about a really solid plan to overtake the game in the next round. So I guess that this game has a lot of closed uncles of dragon tiles in between rounds, because now Jojo starts his hand with a closed Chun uncle. And there is a potential. There is a potential, and I guess he realized it. And I think he's going to go for it. He's going to go for it. He's going to reach for a Su uncle. RisingBob, average shape. He has no Mensu on his hand. Oh well, no, he has. And yeah, he got rid of. He isolated Sausatile. Meido decided to thwart Jojo's plan and called a quick Richie, waiting for having a Champagne wait on Q and Q-Man and Chiso with Richie Dora 1. And FurudoErika is in Rian Champagne, since he has 2 tiles to get rid of. And RisingBob made a good decision and got rid of a safe pair of Sha. Jojo is making a decision. He decided to save that Hatsu and discard a Motesuji Paso, and it passed. So RisingBob completed another Mensu, so he is in Ishanten. Yeah, he was too afraid of discarding that Ullman and decided to dismantle one of his Mensu to have safe tiles. And he got it back again and decided to hold onto his Lotori. Furudo has interesting hand, but sadly he probably won't be able to make it until the end. And now Jojo is in danger because he has an isolated Q-Man, which is made a winning tile, and there is a possibility that he will be forced to discard it. Sadly, he hadn't gotten himself any other pair on hand since the beginning of the game. Now he does, and he dealt him. And it's Richie Dora 2. So Jojo is in a tough spot, having no concrete option for upset since he won't be getting another deal around, and Furudo is now the dealer, so he'll probably try to get something strong. And right now he's in Arian Shanten for cheater. RisingBob hand is it's not the best, not the worst. I guess since he is in the lead, I would just go for a quick Yakuhei hand and try to push Furudo from the dealer spot. And Meido. Uh, Apart from scrambled Pinzu set, this is a pretty solid hand. There is also a high possibility of getting Itsu in Manzo set with Adora. Give me a sec, I will find some kind of music to play. This may be okay. It's from an anime that's a little bit similar to Akagi, since this time Akagi is not playing Mahjong, but instead is playing baseball. I was skeptical at how would that work, but apparently it worked out really well. So, Jojo is in Ishanten, and it's a Ishanten for Sanshoku. Now he only needs to get Suman or something in Pinzu set to finish his weight. Preferably. What? I don't understand the decision, but okay. Will he deal in? Yes, sadly he did. So Bob managed to win with a quick hand. And sadly we are heading onto the last game of this match with Meido on the second place in dealer spot. Jojo's hand is nicely coming together, but sadly it won't be worth much points unless some kind of miracle happens. Right now it's just a Shinomi. RisingBob has a hand to finish the game with a pair of Hatsu and double Dora. And FurudoErika got dealt complete fucking shit. So is the absolute madman going to bank on that slight chance of getting a Yakuman? I wonder, maybe. Well, it's basically his only chance of turning this around. Or maybe he's going for a Honitsu? And Meido is in Ishanten already for a possible pinfu. And he called it. He called a pawn of Dora. I don't know if this was a wise decision, since now players might be reluctant to discard Hatsu. Never mind that. Meido really wants to get his pinfu. So, he is in Tenpai, waiting for Ryan and Uso. And Furudo is in Ishanten. Wow. This is coming in. This is his hand is coming in. And what tiles does he need? He needs a tune? No, wait, it's not a temp. Wait, just a second. He needs ISO, tune, ISO and tune. Yeah, it's tempai. And there are no tune tiles on the table. Well, there's one discarded by Meido. Never mind. It's not meant to be. So RisingBob wins on a bullshit Hatsudera free, sealing his victory. So that's it for group. Which one is that? For group M. So sadly, the favorite FurudoErika falls onto the losers bracket, and RisingBob and Meido are advancing to the third winner match. So let's look around who is playing. Well, I guess we'll take a look at esports game, since it might be interesting. It's a third south round. Let's see. Kirarinji and Guano are. Wait, Guano is in the lead. Kirarinji is close second. Esport close third, and Steelborg has a bad luck of getting reduced to 10,000 points. So, well, it's not technically a bad hand, but he could snag a Chanta somewhere around here, but I would just go for a Richie. Or maybe hope for a second or third none for a close encore. And he won't be able to get another dealer run, so he needs to focus on winning on something hard and hard hitting. Guano's hand is good. He has Mensu, 2 Mensu and a few Tatsu. Kirarinji is in a good shape too. He could just rush Yakuhai and win and get an enchant. Oh, wait a second, I got a highlight. Oh, so Noctar declined. Alright, so if Catnip is still here, then we'll take the spot, I guess. We'll deal with that after everyone will finish their games. So, Catnip, just I want you, Nocta, to remember that if Catnip will decide to substitute you, then tomorrow, obviously, he is going to take that place. So, if you decided to really leave, then Catnip will have a priority to take over that spot. And what do we have here? Gano in the lead decided to call a risky Richie with a penchant weight on Sandman, with no other Yaku or Dora. So that was really reckless spot. Alright, Catnip, so I will sign you in. You will substitute for Nocta. What else? Kirarinji is going for easy dealer hand, and now he's hit Tenpai for Sozu tiles. I need to reach silver first. Well, it shouldn't be that hard. You can reach silver in this game in 4 or 5 matches. So, thanks for playing and have a good night. Now let's see. Striborg has a really nice hand because he has a possibility of Ipeiko in here, and he's in Ishanten. Guano still in Tenpai, Kiriarinji in Tenpai waiting for U and Paso, and esports was hogging all winning piles, and sadly Guano dealt in because of his reckless and not that best of a Richie. So Kiriarinji is now in the lead. Guano fell to the third place, but the game is still on and everything could be decided with a single Hanuman hand. Oh, wait a second, I got a U. It was just opening for still, never mind. So, looking at the Striborg's hand, I see a faint glimpse of possible Sanshoku. Or maybe not. Guano has a good hand. I would save that. Maybe not. It was okay discard. No, nothing bad with that. Here NG is just going for the throat and calling shit hands just to finish the game as soon as possible. Jokes on him, he's just going to get another wrench if he wins with that. So his goal would be to else zero Striborg account or deal into a cheap hand of someone else's. And esports is it's not that bad, but I would personally discard that pair of Haku, since there is a small chance that he will get a third one, and calling here won't give him any credit, since the hand will be worth shit. Yes, and he has done that. A good decision on his part. And Guano dealt into Kiria shit hand. Wow. Ton Novi. 1800 points. And no change of places. Kiria is still first, Guano is still third. Another wrench. Well, Striborg has shit hand right now. That's too bad because in the previous game he had a possibility of Ipeiko. Now he's he's deep in shit with this. Guano has a really solid hand. I would discard Q-pin from there instead of Sun-pin, but fuck if I know. I'm not the best player around. But maybe I am. And Kiriarinji has... yeah, he's going for another bullshit Tanya win. And esports is actually preparing something strong, because he already has Yakuhai 3 with a double Nan and Haku, and he is in Ishanten. And is it... no, it's not Tenpai yet, but he's preparing to overtake the first place. He wants to get a Honitsu, which is a possible hand, and now he's in a triple wait for a Honitsu Yakuhai 3, which will hurt. So he's waiting for Sun, Ro, and Human, and Guano has called Arichi, really reckless decision on his part. Not only he called Richie, he also is in a Kanchan weight on a cheese chipping, and esports is wavering. Don't fold. Yes, he decided not to fold. He's going all in. He's going for the win. Yeah, idya decided to fold, and yeah, now the game will be pushed to see who will win. And I think esports is going to win. His weight is Legis miles better. He's way better. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to say. And will Striborg discard that isolated Roman or not? No, he didn't. He discarded Ima. He rearranged, yeah, he incorporated Roman into his hand, and now Striborg has gotten the worst tile. Oh, never mind. And Guano sadly dug in because of his Richie, and we have a Mangan. So now the contest for the first place will be in action between idya and esports, and sadly Striborg and Guano are probably out of the game. Their only chance would be to take a direct hit with Haneman at guess as no wait, Striborg will need a Buyman to get second, and Guano is going to need to hit Haneman at esports or Buyman at idya. It might be the off. And Striborg, well, the goddess of luck has heard his pleas for victory. He has a possible Chinitsu hand, or close Honitsu, or maybe Honitsu Sananko, who knows. Guano has a total shit. Maybe not that total shit, but it's still not a hand that will grant him victory anytime soon. And in the meantime, Sozo tiles are amassing themselves on the hand of Striborg. But his timeman, idya is also preparing himself to get a Honitsu hand. Well, this might become interesting, to say the least. Esports is just going orthodox way. He's in Ishanten for a pin hands, which will be enough to give him a victory. And now he's forced to choose Ryanman weight because he's in Ishanten and has 3 Ryanman Tatsu, and he's forced to discard one of them. And he discarded Soul's one, which is a good decision since all of his winning tiles would be tucked deep into the hands of his opponents. Now he only needs to get rid as soon as possible of that Uso, since soon it's going to be a really dangerous tile. And he decided to do it right now. So Striborg is in Ishanten. He would need a cheap Chiso to get into Tenpai, or San or Suso. Meanwhile, his Toyman, idya is also in. Yeah, he's also in Ishanten. And Guano haven't managed to progress anywhere further. Striborg opted not to come, and he's keeping his hand closed, which is a wise decision if he wants to win. But idya does not need to take care of that. He decided to call a pawn of Paso, and he's in 3-sided wait for wait. He was 4-sided wait even. Yeah, because he had to wait for 1, 4 and 7 so, and also for Hatsu. So he won with Honitsu, and he sealed the deal. So Kiryarinji and Esports are proceeding to the third winners round, and Guano and Triburg are falling into losers bracket. And that wrapped up the second round of the tournament. So now I'm going to sort out the score.